Hello, YouTube. This is Regina, aka Diva G, here with my darling sweet baby, Serenity Rose, who is just still so very sleepy. Well, she's a little bit tuckered out. We were out for the day, and she's now all tuckered out. See if I can undress her partially to get her a little bit more comfortable. So how's everybody doing today? Great, great, great. Well, here in New York, we had some pretty nice weather. It was fairly warm, and it was clear. We didn't have any rain today, so that was very nice. So we were able to go out and really get to enjoy our day. Yes, yes, yes. And I was so happy to hear from Gail Grady. She replied to my video from yesterday, and I was so very, very happy to hear from her. Oh my goodness. Very, 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 very happy to hear from her. As you know, she's in Australia, and they had, some pretty torrential weather of late over there. And so I was so happy to hear that they are fine, their home is fine, so I'm glad to hear that. As you can see from yesterday, when I was talking about the bowl that I was trying to find for Serenity Rose, well, I found it, of course, right after I turned the camera off. So, as you can see, this cute little bow is in her hair, looking ever so adorable. Yes, and my baby with her little itty bitty tiny feet. These itty bitty 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 feet. Yes, so I could identify a little bit with Gail talking about the weather. I experienced the storm Sandy here in New York a few years ago. And my home in Queens was not affected. I happened to go to New Jersey to celebrate a friend's birthday like a nut. That's what I did. Well, in any event, I went out there to spend the birthday, and it began to rain. And it started raining really heavy, really quick, and it started accumulating really, really fast. I mean, 1 minute it was just like rain on the ground, then it was up to the curb, then it was up to the tire, midway the tire, and before we could even get out or do anything, we were, the water was coming into the house. We ended up having to be rescued by the police department. They had, one of those big trucks that have the cherry pickers on there, and we had to get in the basket, into that little basket. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then they told us that the shelters were all filled up, that they had to take us to a hotel. So they took us to the hotel, and it happened to be a 5-star hotel, which was a beautiful thing. So they took us there. However, due to the weather that was going on, on the north coast, on the east coast, we were not able to get back to New York anytime soon because electricity was down. There were down trees. There was this, there was that, so on and so forth. There was a gas shortage. It just was all of these different things going on. And, there were many people who did lose their homes or multiple vehicles, what have you. I ended up losing my truck during Storm Sandy. But fortunately, thank God, we were safe. I just happened to lose my truck. And my mind often goes back to, had I not been in New Jersey celebrating a friend's birthday, maybe I would have still had my truck and what have you. But yeah, things happen for a reason. So, long story short, I did get another new truck a few months later, and P.S. all is well. You know, it just did teach me to pay a bit more attention to the weather and where I actually park, because it just really was very, very frightening. Matter of fact, we were stranded in New Jersey for about a week and a half because it took us that amount of time before we could even get back, um, you know, to New York. It was just that bad. And of course, I was able to keep in touch with my family to a certain degree because the hotel, evidently, they were running part way on generator, because in the daytime, um, we had a little bit of electricity, but at night we didn't have much of anything. You could just kind of see some track lighting, like that. But it was very interesting. It was very frightening. Um, I did a lot of praying, and I was grateful, and you know, when something like that happens, you kind of realize the things that are important: life, family, friends. Those are the things that are important. Material things can always be replaced, and you know that's the thing. So I thought about that when I heard from Gail, and also with Herlonda being back into their home, and the different things that she was talking about, they've been dealing with. And of course, me losing my truck is nothing like you know her home, and everything being you know dealing with the flood and what have you. Nor is it anything similar to what Gail and them have dealt with. But that, on a very, very small, tiny, tiny scale, I do understand. And I'm grateful for all of those who are, safe, and hopefully, prayerfully, things will get back into, get back to some kind of normalcy soon. So, that's something that, that I'm thinking and praying for. Um, thinking about on tomorrow. What shall I do on tomorrow? Hmm. Well, I don't know. Um, my best friend, she wants to go to the movies to see this movie called Get Out. It happens to be a horror movie, and I love horror movies. So, um, I am looking forward to going to go see that. Yes, I do. I love horror movies for some reason. I do, but yes, I do. So we'll be going, I guess, to see that on tomorrow, and that should be a lot of fun. So, well, nothing much else I, wanted to talk about today. I just kind of wanted to let you see Dear Lindar's Sweet Serenity Rose, and to see that her bow is in her hair, the one that I was looking for, that I, of course, found immediately once the camera went off. So I thought her gray bow with the gray and white top with the attached skirt in the coral was something that is very beautiful altogether. In her itty bitty little tiny feet with her socks that look like ballet slippers. They're so, 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 so cute. I love these. They are just so cute, just so adorable. Because even though she doesn't have on shoes, at least they kind of look like shoes, because, they kind of look like ballet slippers. Yes, so, um, I don't know. What else can I talk about? Well, um, I don't know anything else to really kind of talk about tonight. If I could think of a couple of tags that are going around, I would participate in the tag. I just can't think of one off the top of my head right now. There was one that I saw on yesterday, and I thought about it, and I said, oh, that'd be nice to do a tag, to participate in that tag. But I don't remember what it was now. So I guess I need to write them down when I see them and find that they're interesting to me. Um, well, just to wish everyone a wonderful day or evening wherever you might be, and saying see you later from Serenity Rose and I, my dear, dear, dear sweet baby. Yes. So we shall be seeing you again, hopefully soon. Blessings to all. Good night.